Hello, peoples of the world. This is again, the second episode, I think, of Welcome to a Teenage Pagan. Life of a Teenage Pagan, excuse me. And again, I have yet to fix my editor, so if I steer clear off topic, skip past it. Or just listen to it, and then maybe you'll like it. But this is supposed to be on, shit, I forgot. Oh! On, the winter solstice. I'm gonna talk a little about that. I'm gonna talk a little about a new favorite, it's not really a band, it's more of a group of rappers that decided, let's be a group, and then they post songs, on the group name when not all of them are in the song. Anyway, it's called Word SOS. W-E-R-D. I will put the link in the description to one of their songs. I hope. I remember. But Word SOS is, in fact, Scottish rap. And a lot of you are looking at me going, are you an idiot? And my response to that is, whoever said Scots can't rap? And that's the top of my head. But, and, what is his name? Ollie Murs is another guy that I think came second in British X Factor that my English friend and I were talking about, and he's now one of my favorite people ever because he sings like an angel. And, yeah. So look him up, Ollie Murs. And I realized the other day that I listen to a lot of British music, which kind of creeps me out, that I have more British music on my iPod than most people in America do. I also realized that I have a giant British flag hanging over my bedroom, which isn't that weird, considering I collect flags, and I also have a giant German flag, a giant French flag, a giant Austrian flag, and a giant Swedish flag. The British one just happens to be hanging over my bed because that is the wall space I put it on. And then I have a tiny Russian flag and a tiny English flag because they came in the box in the wrong size. So I've decided to also start collecting tiny little 2x3 flags, and my giant flag, keep collecting my giant 3-foot by 5-foot flags, which are phenomenally big and humongous, and I love them a lot. I also realized that I have a lot of candles that I'm technically not allowed to have in my tiny little apartment room. But they are amazing, and I have started burning incense outside because my mom is allergic to incense. Which really sucks, considering I like burning incense, being someone who likes my room smelling a little more nature-y, nature-ish. Anyway, that really sucks. But anyway, Word SOS is somebody that I was going to talk about. They have amazingly thick Scottish accents that sometimes you can't understand what they're saying. So sometimes you have to look up the lyrics, but they're really good songs. And my newest one that I have on my iPod is called Drive It Like It's Stolen, and that is an amazing song. And another thing that I wanted to talk about was Skyping, and that will come up later. But anyway, the winter solstice. The winter solstice, for those of you who don't know, is the first day of winter. It's also the shortest day of the year, and is celebrated by nearly every pagan religion. A lot of you know that I'm heathen. A lot of you don't know. Most of you know that my patron god, I don't know if you can see me, but I did this. That my patron god is, in fact, Loki, the Norse god of fire and mischief. And some of you don't know that I also consider myself part Wiccan, which is really weird, because it sounds a little like I'm related to a wicked person, but I'm not in fact related to a wicked person, so do not quote me on that. And I'm playing with my hair. Okay. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but it makes me happy, so you shall have to deal. And I looked a lot better in my first video because I was in my closet and I didn't just wake up. But it's 12:58 here, and I should have probably been up hours ago, but I just got up like 2 hours ago, so I'm still and for those of you across the pond, and you know who I'm talking to, those of you who know, you know who you are. Not just random English people. You, my evil English friend, you should not be up this early in the morning because I know how to do math and it is 6 o'clock in the morning there, and you have yet to go to bed. And for those of you going, who the hell is she talking to? I have been talking to my English friend for the past 2-3 hours, and she has yet to go to bed, and it is 6 o'clock in the morning there. So I'm yelling at you for not going to bed. But, and you're sick too, I think. With what? I'm not exactly sure. Go to bed! And Skyping is another thing. No, back to the winter solstice. Like I said, I told you I was going to get off topic. Back to the winter solstice. The winter solstice is celebrated by almost every pagan religion, more so by Wiccans, because Wiccans are Wiccans are Wiccans. That's the deal. Wiccans are Wiccans. Anyway, and those of you going, well, how do you celebrate it? It depends on your religion. If you're just talking about pagans in general, then you shall have to pick a religion, and then I will tell you how to celebrate it. But I'm going to tell you how I celebrate it. I set up my altar. Sometimes my brother comes over, sometimes he doesn't. I set up my altar, I pray for a little, I eat, I throw my food into the fire. I take another look at my book of shadows, and I flip through it, and I try and learn as much as I can, and I try to dream. And I know that's weird. You're going, how do you try to dream? But I try to dream. Because trying to dream is cool. And if you have any other questions about the winter solstice, post it in the comments below. And I will also post a video of Olimers in the link in the link in the description. But back to Skyping, and I'm going back and forth, and some of you your heads are getting dizzy, but bear with me here. I have just had the most amazing coffee and hot English tea in the world. It was amazing. And my cup is somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. But anyway, Skyping. Those of you who are my friends and who are douchebags and never want to Skype with me when I want to Skype, you need to learn how to Skype. And I will put my Skyping username in the description, because I'm always up for a Skype, because I like people and I like talking to people, and no one ever wants to Skype with me. Well, they always want to Skype with me, but they're always doing something else. So I will do that, and I will put those links in the description. And those of you who are looking at me, going, you listen to Scottish rap? That's weird. And those of you Scottish people who are looking at me going, you're amazing. You're amazing too. So, goodbye, peoples, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and my evil English friend, I hope you get better. And I'm refraining from saying your name on the internet because that's weird. So, goodbye, have a good day, and happy hunting. Now if I could just figure it out. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna keep talking because I have yet to figure out how to stop my webcam. So